Hi Aries, welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Aries is Väduren in Swedish. I will use some Swedish words here and there to clarify maybe some English words that I'm using for my Swedish audience because I'm Swedish. Yes, very interesting times, I have to say. I feel like, yes, I've been talking about a huge shift happening in September, how it all feels like September is like the preview of 2020, things like that. And I feel, because I had a little shift on my own, really on the 1st of September, and when I record this, I mean, you're gonna listen, I'm gonna post it on a Friday, so it will be a few days into September. So I have no idea what this week, like the upcoming week, will mean due to all this change. And I feel like maybe it was just for me that this change has started, but when I feel into the collective, I feel like no, it truly, it is what I felt was going to happen for September. Like good things are going to happen. It doesn't mean that it doesn't necessarily feel. I want like an hour for every sign this week. It feels like I'm gonna try to be short and to the point, so it doesn't feel like you have to fall asleep. I just feel like it's a very important time, and it's not all that important. The illusion card would probably come out and say, "Don't make it so serious." But I do feel like there is a shift here and now. We're talking about it being a shift. We've been talking about it since probably 2000, because it was the millennia shift. But then it was an important milestone, like in 2011. There was a huge expectancy around 2012, not going for the better. And then the next milestone, I feel like, is 2020. And leading up to that, I mean, we have always, I feel at least, been told that, now is the time, now is the time. And now is the time from the spirit world's perspective is, it can span like over 30 years, and they would still say now is the time. And to us, that's like, I'm going to die before this shift happens, or I'm going to be a grandma or grandpa by the time this, But when I say now is the time, then now is the time. I feel like literally this month will, if you're open to it, and that's always the catch, like if you're open to it, because obviously there's going to be, it's probably around, I'm very negative, but probably around 80% still of the population is still sound asleep, has no idea there's shifts going on. They just see that the world is getting worse and stuff like that. If you are drawn to this channel, I'm arrogantly gonna say you have at least been semi-awakened, or you wouldn't have like a pull to my energy. And so take that to heart. Like, okay, so yes, you probably know somewhere that you're aware of your thoughts, you know how all of this works. I feel like this September month for the collective, not just for the Aries, but for all, is gonna show its face in ways where you truly get to choose, which means that some stuff you don't like that it's gonna be shown to you. You don't like the things that you felt were bygones, like that you were done with, you're dealt with it, you're over it, you don't have an active vibration saying like, no, you have to deal with this again, stuff like that. It is a feeling of the old coming back. That probably is what it's going to feel like. But it's not for you to think that you have so completely not moved on, or like is this how far I've come to have this come into my life again? No, this is just, it's going to sound a bit harsh. It's just sort of a pick and choose. Out with that, in with that. No, I don't like that anymore. I said for 20 years, I don't like that anymore. But it's like it comes in a very neutral, very not in a judgmental way. It's just the universe delivering stuff. This is how I feel like it's going to be. Anyway, so it's not for you to try to analyze what it means that it's back. It's just for you. So if it's 20 things out of 21 things that you don't want, don't get bogged down. Don't feel depressed. Don't feel like you haven't succeeded. Is this how far I've come? Don't get into that mode. So just say, no, thank you. 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 And not move into no, thank you. I said no, thank you. Like, it's not because you're supposed to build like frustration or even sadness or anger. It's for you to stay neutral and just pick and choose. And what really will become apparent to you, I feel like during this month, is like the thing that you do pick is like it's gonna blow up in your life to the degree that we have not experienced before. It's like things that you are drawn to, things that truly means something to you and 2020, and for the work that people who are aware of the light, people who think that we actually do have a say in all of this, people understand that we can manipulate the energy and we actually can create the outcome that we want. That it's for you. So I'm just saying it's a very important time in the sense that through this month, pick what you want. If you knew for a fact that everything that was presented to you, you would have to live with it for the rest of your life. If you started to talk about it, if you started to nitpick and like dissect it and go into detail and tell your friends about it and tell your husband or wife about it, like this happened today. If you knew for a fact that only once you did that, it was going to stay for the rest of your life, wouldn't you be a bit more concerned about choosing what you talked about and choosing what you didn't talk about? Right? So and I don't mean to scare you, like how would I feel it? Because it feels, immediately when somebody shows up that you know that they're not gonna, be the best in your life, then bye-bye. If this is a situation that you don't like, you don't have to analyze it, you don't have to dig deeper into it. Just say goodbye to it. And the most fun part is say hello to the things that you do want. And even though it's gonna feel like it's 1 in 20, or 1 in 30 or 1 in 15, it's that one thing that's going to make everything turn. I just feel this so strongly, and I will say the same thing, pretty much the same thing around every sign. I don't want to pre-record something that I just paste into each, because it's going to be a slightly different scenario and reality and a message for each sign. But around this message, it's for all of you right now. I'm so excited. I could barely sleep last night. When I'm recording this, I'm pretty tired, but I felt like am I gonna deliver a good message or should I just skip it? No, I will still be on point. But this feels like winning the lottery. It feels like just having a baby. It feels like I've never been married in the way that one should be married in. That sounds weird. If you just got married to your true love, it's this sort of feeling that like now everything is right. Now I am so happy. I could not sleep last night because that's how it felt. The energy is going to shift things. I don't feel that euphoria still. I don't walk around feeling like, oh my God, like I cried last night because it felt so profound. I don't do that now, so that you don't think that you're supposed to walk around feeling euphoric 24/7 now, because you're probably not. But you will feel it, and start to turn your boat in the way that you want to see things happening for you. Okay? I'm definitely going to do an extended because I don't think that this was just blah blah blah. This is probably my most important message to you guys since I started recording. Not today, 10 minutes ago, since I started somewhat 1.5 months ago to record these messages. I feel like if I can get across to you that get yourself into balance, listen to your inner self, listen to your intuition, pick and choose right now what feels good, what doesn't feel good. You know, leave what doesn't feel good and attract what feels good. And you'll see stuff will start to show itself. You will see things in the news. You will open a newspaper and like, what? I just talked about that. There's so many revelations right now. They're finding city after city that's been like buried and hidden under. I just watched it the other day again. That they're like, yeah, it seems like there's a whole city that's been like just laying here. That has meaning to where we're going right now. That there's more than meets the eye. There's more to find out about everything. And we are more and more finally getting into this space. Oh, beautiful. First card out, your basic energy for the week is Opportunity Knocks. Awesome card. Second card out is Friendship, nurture your relationships. And the third card out is New Beginnings, begin your new life. And goodbye. First card out, Opportunity Knocks. Go for it. So I feel like this probably is what you are going to experience right now, or what you already are experiencing. Just these little bubbles here. I feel like there's just different scenarios, different versions, different realities, different timelines, if you will, different frequencies even. Just picking what it is that you truly want right now and not thinking that you can't do it. Just by thinking that you can do it, thinking that you have a choice, actually means that you do have a choice. And it says Opportunity Knocks. So I feel like there literally is something that will show its face to you. Something will come into your life. And it might be that you didn't expect it in the way that it shows up. Like for instance, I'll take something because it's so far of my experience, like just as a metaphor. If somebody comes in and says, I have the perfect thing for you, I think you should be a car salesman. Like me selling cars, it's just not going to happen in this time space. And I feel like that might be the thing. If something comes in, but it feels so right. Because the energy that you want, the energy that you're after, and what you're opening up to right now, I'm not saying that you're going to be a car salesman. I just mean, now an opportunity knocks. And this is on the bottom, go for it. And there are so many different things to choose from. There's so many different things to choose from. It's ridiculous being alive in this day and age. You can do it all. You can have it all. So you get a bit overwhelmed at times, like where to start, where to live, what to do, things like that. Now an opportunity knocks. It's sort of more important that you focus on doing it because, or like this, you should not do it because you don't recognize it. I feel like anything and everything that's outside the box, anything that you sort of haven't seen before, if you are, like I take an example, like way back, I was drawn to the relationships I was drawn to. Every person seemed to be called Christian, or Christopher, or anything around that name. Like they would look a bit different, but there would be a slight difference to the name, but pretty much the same name. Like and it's like, move out of that. Like You don't want the same vibrations anymore. You don't want the same frequency anymore. That's what this whole shift is about. Okay? If you want the rest of this, follow me to the extended version. If you feel like, no, that beginning was all that I needed, then thank you so much for listening. Listen to yourself right now. And I hope to see you back next week. Please subscribe if you haven't. Take care. Bye.